Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday morning, afternoon, evening for people all over the place. And it's time for another live Rive stream where we're going to, do the same thing we do every week, which is, first of all, we're going to go through a recap of everything we did last week, talk about this week's streaming schedule, announce some updates, and, well, talk about the updates and talk about announcements and look at some community animations, and then finally go through your questions. So let's start it off with the recap from last week. So last week, Zach had a creative session where he slipping my mind. What did you do last week, Zach?
We worked with a library called TensorFlow to do to use machine learning to do hand detection and see how that interacted with a state machine. I can briefly show that off for like a second.
Let's check that out. That was really cool.
All right, here we go. Here's my other camera. Hello, everyone. Okay, so basically, yeah, what this library does is it's doing hand detection. So if I use my right hand, oh, I need to get this out of the way.
That's so cool.
Anyway, it's not a perfect science, but you can play with like the scores and predictability of like, oh, I get like 93% your right hand to try and get things a little more accurate. But yeah, that's just a basic surface level investigation into using this library. It's super fun. And yeah, hopefully we'll do more with that in the future. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if like we could like actually use like a target to do kind of like a pointer move, but like a hand move.
Ooh.
And like actually follow your hand.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think we're gonna convert the stream and we're gonna all become VTubers.
What is that?
I'm pretty sure you're the youngest one here, and you don't know about that? Okay. So instead of our real faces, we get cartoon characters that are basically us in place of our real faces, and then, it tracks everything, and when we talk, they talk, and when we move, they move.
It's like memojis, but like for YouTube.
I'm going to agree with that and not know what that is, but yes, it's just like that.
Because you are all, no?
Yes. Yeah, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds right. It sounds like we're on the same page.
It's like the Apple emoji thing where you
yeah.
Anyway, I think that's what it's called.
Something like that. Yes. I think we're updating the stream to that at some point. I don't know when, but whatever. The other thing that we did last week, by the way, that was super cool, Zach. Look forward to seeing more of that kind of stuff. The other thing we did last week was a swipe interaction workshop where we went through how to make swipe interactions for mobile apps and things like that. Gordon, I saw you were adding some more stuff this morning to that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when we demoed it, there was like a small bug. But yeah, now it's working better. So Robert, this is your animation. And it's the improvements we made is just like better swipe traction. So it's like more consistency. Like it feels like it's a swipe interaction. And we also have like a little counter there. So if you do your daily task, you get XP. The code is already live. We will post it in as a comment, I guess. And there's one small update that I need to push right now, actually. But yeah, this was actually really fun to make.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I would love if like every time I swiped left on like deleting emails, it just gave me XP. It would encourage me to like actually clean out my inbox.
Man, me too.
So neat.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about inbox numbers right now. I think I'm gonna break Gmail at some point because
my personal email is like right on that threshold where I have to delete emails every like 3 or 4 days because my inbox is just full because I never delete anything.
Yeah,
I'm horrible.
Same. Yeah.
If you're interested in a recap of last week's workshop, it is up on YouTube, so you can check that out, as well as links to all of the different community examples and code, I believe. So there's no workshop this week. But JC has a creative session coming up tomorrow.
Yep.
JC, what are you doing tomorrow?
Yeah, I have something fun. Let me show you an example. We're going to create something similar to this, but this is actually the idea.
Ooh.
The idea is create something with a robot. And in a page, for example, you have different options. When you select the different option, they will move this option. This is this. So we are going to create the character, the machine. We are going to use netted words and different things. So yeah,
That'll
this is
be
practically
exciting.
the-
And it's going to be tomorrow morning, I assume?
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So tomorrow morning, same channel, same time, JC's live stream. Come and check it out. And if you miss it, there's going to be a replay up on YouTube like always. All right. So that's it for recaps and streaming schedule for this week. So let's talk about releases. Well, spoiler alert, no releases last week, but got some stuff coming soon that I think folks will really enjoy. Some some highly requested features that are going to get implemented. As far as announcements go, it's not often that I have to say bye to something that's on the Suno meter, but we will be removing the iOS runtime from, or no, not iOS. I'm sorry, Mac OS runtime from the Suno meter for now. We want to make sure that we can add the new renderer to the Mac OS runtime, so that, you know, if we push it out now, we got to just struggle to update it later. So we're going to wait on getting the new renderer added to that before we actually add it in. So, yeah, if it's still on the Suno meter, it's the farthest to the right that it could be. Maybe not as far as that, but anybody else have anything to add to that whole spiel?
I think the good thing is that then the macOS runtime would probably be the fastest one.
Ooh, yeah, true.
So that
yeah.
would be really cool.
Yeah. Yep. And you know, once that's there, then we can start working on things like not blend modes, blurs and glows, and all those fun little things that everybody's always asking about.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those. Okay, so that's all that we got for announcements this week. Let's take a look at some really cool community animations that have been showing up in various places in the community. So the first couple are straight from the community. Let me find this one. All right, this one's from, oh, somebody can try and say that name. Recruits Comp. Anyways, it's a really cool parallaxing house animation. I love the art style on this, and the real simple interaction on this is really, really cool. Really great job on this. I like the smoke.
yeah.
It's like this.
A bird. The bird's probably my favorite. Yeah, this one's great. So that one's on the Rive community. What else we got? This is another fun one. Oh, this one's easier to say. This one's from Zuzuza. Boy, I hope I got that one right. This one's fun. It's a dog character with this little idling animation, and when you hover this red button, he starts freaking out because when you press it, it goes into hyperdrive. We've gone plaid.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah.
I love the trick with the line in the wheels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
ISOS is a trim path, and it's a great mix with the bitmap to make the effect.
this is a really good example of how to use mesh. So if you want to see how this mesh was set up, go download it from the community and check it out.
Yeah, I think the car works with Sup.
Sup?
Yeah, because have bubbles in the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not using gas. It's using
Yeah.
soapylene.
It's the definition of clean. Clean
clean.
right?
Energy.
Yeah, certainly.
Oh, I love it. All right, great job on that one. Now we have one from Pedro.
Okay.
This
First,
one's cool.
I'm going to share the editor. Share. Here it is. Okay.
Boom.
I love this plane.
Yeah, that's great.
This is a very easy one, but the trick is to use a little fake 3D to make this effect of the wings like having some kind of perspective. And it was the mouse, but just a little bit. I'm using here something that I like to do in the latest things I'm doing, that is this kind of infinite background with, I just using an STR bar, so I can duplicate this, and I have it here twice. I think it's here. Okay. Use this one clip. I think you can see it. Here it is, the two backgrounds.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm moving them. The idea of using an STR bar is for the size. So as it's the same size, it's better for final size. And here is just a simple rig. I'm just using a few bones here. There. So for example, I can move this position a little bit, make the effect, and this other to adjust this. So I'm using a figure strength. So these ones are the inverse of the others. This is negative, and this one is positive. No, this one. There must be one with not negative.
Yeah.
So it's something you can find in live streams we have made and tutorials about this. This one tutorial is the tutorial uploaded yet? The one with the face?
Nope, I'm coming out on
Yeah,
Thursday. Right?
Thursday. Yes.
Okay, there is going to be a great tutorial about this kind of things. And the idea is to use the constraint to one bone in a direction and the other with a negative value in the other.
Yeah.
So in the end, when you move when you make this, there is one moving the wing down and the other wing up. So you make this kind of effect here that feels like it's rotating when it's not.
Yeah.
So this is something that I think almost everyone that has been working with Rive for a few weeks can do. It's not very difficult to do, and it's very exciting. So you
Yeah,
can do that.
it's almost the same idea of the face or the cube when you move in similar 3D. Yeah. It's cool.
All right. So next community animation that we have is from, oh, wow. It's another one from Zuzu's Eye. I didn't even realize that. This one's kind of silly. Some more mesh practice, I suppose. This one's a little goofy dinosaur who has a nice little eye animation. And when you click on the little tree, he does a little happy dance. Where's she? I don't know.
Yeah, take the tree and to the hands. Yep.
So cute.
He just clicked on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
This is great.
It's great. Yeah.
It's super cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I love this.
This is great.
This.
that's amazing.
I really like the text, like it looks like written on, you know?
Yeah.
Very fun.
Oh,
Another really cool example.
Oh,
All right, and then the last example that we have today is from, oh boy, I'm gonna get better at saying these names at some point. Blinky. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. It is it's a camera that basically deconstructs itself when you hover over it. Let's see. There we go. And put itself back together.
That is cool. Using Rive to create things like this, where you can use colors and reflection effects, light,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm thinking
can-
about IKEA doing the
Yeah.
manual
I
for
was
the
thinking
Yeah,
that.
the manual in Rive.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
yes, because you are moving the page all the time trying to find the position and how to work. So
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really cool. And you could hover, and then like you could even like click, you could break apart, smaller little portions of the camera.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh,
really
yeah.
some neat stuff you could do.
Is it all vector or?
I
I don't sure.
don't know. Let's see.
looks very clear. So I think it should be.
Maybe it's
If it's all vector, that's an insane amount of detail.
Oh yeah, it's all vector.
Yeah, it looks like there's like I'm adult, not like adult coloring book, like that they're adult content, but like the really intricate coloring books, like that'd be really cool, something like that. That's what it reminds me of. It's like a really detailed illustration that's just black and white. Yeah, it's really nice.
All right. Well, great job, everybody. Another cool week of community animations. We'll be looking again for next week. So make sure you share them on the community or in Discord, and we'll pick some ones that we like. Okay. Now it's that time of day that everybody looks forward to. Question time. Blues Clues,
Whoa.
anybody? Yeah, it's a new segment.
Spicing it up.
It's a
Yeah.
new segment.
It's the same segment. We're just adding on to it. All right, we got our first question from M. I love that name, nice and simple. More people should have names like this. Hello, are you planning to add constraint with the possibility of changing one property of the target, for example, position, to affect another property of the shape, for example, scale, or is that already possible?
Actually,
Something
talks
we
about
want.
this last week.
Yeah. Right now, no. No, you can change the scale. I mean, you can tweak some things, but you don't change. You can change the one constraint using the target of other constraint right now.
But it's definitely something we've been talking about.
But it's something, yeah, exactly. It's something that we're talking about, and it's something we want to add to Rive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it will open up a lot.
a scary amount of things that we can
Yeah.
all try and figure out what to do with. It's like with all the lessons got added and all that stuff. It's just like, oh, what do we do with this?
Yeah.
Becomes an
Is
arm
there-
race.
Is there a Discord feature request for this particular thing?
I believe
I think there is.
so. If not, there should be. And you should call your friends, call your family, and tell them to upvote it.
Yeah.
If you're not a part of our Discord, let me drop a link in the chat. You should join and go to the feature request channel and drop that in there. And the more upvotes that it gets, the better likelihood it is to get added sooner. So let's see. I always forget how to do this. Here we go. It's the big purple button. There is our Discord link. If you want to join that and find the correct channel for it and just add that in. Good question, by the way. All right, next question from Mingeist Terrier. Dude, I'm done trying to say names. Hello, can you animate a group of objects to follow another object? Thank you. Yeah. Depends on how you do it.
Yep. If you want to a group of objects follow another using the translation constraint, you can do it. Yeah. Other thing is, if you want to follow a path, this is different. This is something Rive. It's impossible to do in Rive right now, but it's something we are thinking about too. But yeah, some objects follow another using the translation constraint is possible. Yeah.
Yeah. The follow path constraint is what we're looking at in the future. But you can use it. Did you mention the distance constraint?
For a few things, you can use the distance constraint, but always depend when to do. It's not a follow path. I mean, yeah.
Right. All I need is an app preloader like old Flash animations. The page looks empty while the animation is completely loading. Will it be possible?
I think that's probably something you might want to implement yourself. For example, maybe throw an image on or your own CSS loader. I will say there are other ways to make it a little faster. I'm presuming that you're talking about maybe like using the web runtime to display like Rive animations in your page. You can preload the Rive files. You can preload the WebAssembly that gets loaded in when you try and create a Rive instance. There are even some web runtime packages appended with the -single, so like canvas -single. I guess convention where the WebAssembly is actually bundled into the JavaScript, and in that case, you don't need to wait for a network call to return from the CDN of loading in the WebAssembly to make the Rive animations actually start. And so I would check out the documentation. There's some notes there about in the web runtels and the WebAssembly. That might be a good place to start. But otherwise, I mean, you could totally display your own static image or something like that until the animation actually gets loaded in. And there's also a hook in the runtime called onload that you can take advantage of to kind of coordinate how you want to display things.
I have a question, Zach. Could you, so like, let's say you're loading a large Rive animation that's going to take a while. So you're going to have that empty look or an empty state. Could you have a small, like efficient Rive animation as the preloader that would play while the big Rive animation is loading? Or are you still going to get like that issue where you'll get like a quick, like blank scene while it's grabbing it or loading it? I just wondered if, like, because you're talking about using some other option, like, is there a way to make a really lightweight, like, Rive animation that would act as the preloader to the larger animation?
I think you could. Yeah. One thing that you could play with, for example, is maybe you have a huge Rive file, a bunch of different assets. The way that Rive works is it has to wait for all of those assets to resolve before actually rendering anything on the screen. So say maybe you had a much smaller lightweight Rive file. Maybe you could bundle that into your application. That way you don't have to wait for any time for it to load. You could play that. And then as soon as you kind of get when you hook into the onload callback of the larger Rive file instance, you could say, okay, now stop playing the smaller animation bit and Rive file, and basically have the larger Rive file Rive instance canvas take over in place. So there's a few different ways you can coordinate that, but that's a really smart way of approaching kind of larger Rive files in general.
Yeah, I think there's something similar to that in the desktop app, right? Whenever you load up the file browser, we have the little whirly loader that loads in before everything else.
Is that actually a Rive animation? I've never asked.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, JC did those.
Nice.
All right, next question. This is an interesting question. I've never considered this before, but as a hiring manager, what do you guys think if someone has Rive animations in their portfolio? Is it definitely going to impress? I mean, is this
If
one
it's
of those
impressive,
it
it
depends?
will.
Yeah, I think this is it depends.
Yeah,
I guess-
yeah, like having impressive like animations in your portfolio. I think like regardless of the tool you use, you know, that definitely does show your skills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, you can check out. There's like a for hire channel in our Discord, and it's pretty active. Like there's quite a few people looking for Rive animators specifically. So I think it is like something to learn. And I mean, obviously, I'm biased about it, but I think in the future it's going to be really in demand. So I would definitely take some time to learn it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going in for a 3D job and all you have is Rive animation, it's probably not going to help you out. But
It's true.
you know, if it's something that calls for Rive, then I think it's a good thing to have. Easy Ease asks if the slider is not explained in any other videos. Pedro, can you explain the slider a bit?
What slider? Because I suppose it's the one that is just the slider, or is the Ains for the one with the baby to the old man, or
Yeah.
I suppose I can press and I have this here. There. I suppose is this.
Yeah, let's start there, and then if they want
Because
some more explanation, we can
okay.
give something else.
Yes, it was the other one. If it's the other.
Yeah. This is the
Okay,
right
is
one.
this perfect?
Yeah.
Okay, I made this example for the community. So you have like a starting point or a slider that you can reuse in your own files. I have for the slider, the button, if I hit play, you can move the circle. The circle is just a drag and drop. And you have a constraint with a limit, so you can go from here. I'm going to show you where it is. The slider control is here. Is this? And if you put these two shapes visible, you can see how they are activating when you here. This is one is to drag this, and the other is the hitbox to make the drag. Okay. So here
Yeah.
the
one
trick
one
is to
detect
activate
the
this.
cursor and
Remember
the other is for press, no?
Yes, that's it. So you can see when you want to see how it's working something, it's very useful to open the listener panel and the inputs one. So you, for example, here you can see like a slider drag button, and you can see the slider drag button is just moving the control with an align, and the other, the slider button hit area, is just pointer down is true, and here it is on pointer up is false. So it's detecting the click. Okay. And it's in the states you can see here. I have two of them. It's just detecting. Okay, here it is. Wait a moment. Well, the real trick is this. Oh, okay, I'm going to put the hitboxes. Okay, here there are. Okay, the hitboxes has not line. This is with not line because the size. But if you select everything and you put a line and a stroke here. Okay, I think it's here. Wait a moment. Okay, sliders. I think is this the hitboxes? Yes. I think. Okay, we're in play. Here it is. The trick is this. I have 100 boxes, rectangles, that are detecting and setting the number. Okay, so I have a more wider for the 0, a one more wider surface for the 100, but this every one of these rectangles is just a button that says the value, and the value is here, is the slide number. So when you hit play, and I'm moving here, these buttons are this, okay? Rectangle 9, 10, 11, and you can see that it sets the number. And this second number is to set the second number here, okay? Because this is just two rows of number from 1 to 9. So I move it with this slider moves the first number, and this slider number layer moves the second one. But the main trick is to understand that it's just this is 100 buttons, and when you move from one position to the another, it says the slide number. And what I'm doing with the other button you saw is just to make this clickable or not. I mean, when you click, this is a scale to 100, but when it's not clicked, it's an scale 0, so you cannot select the number. So that's the idea. The general idea to reuse this is just to copy and paste in your file, or use this file as an starting one. And then as you have this value here, if you are trying to do something that it needs a value from 0 to 100, you can work with that. I don't know if this answered the question.
Seems like you're tasting the limits of how many listeners you can add.
Yes. I mean, it's the trick is there is no trick. It's just 100 buttons doing the work. So when I'm here, you can see, for example, in this one, for example, you can see that is changing the state. And I have an any state that is just saying, okay, slider number is 39 to 50, then this number goes here. And if you go here, the number is 4. Okay, I have a timeline for every number. Here it is. The first number is here, and the second number is here. So these timelines are just moving the numbers. It's very easy. The idea is just I spend like a few hours just making the buttons and preparing all these listeners.
I see a YouTube tutorial.
I could make perhaps a little video explaining this. Yes, perhaps it will be easier to have like a 3 or 5 minutes video just explaining how to use the file.
Yeah. All right. What you got, Gordon?
No, I was gonna say, I mean, like ideally it would be cool, like if you can set that with not code, but like with a listener. So like set the value based on like a percentage of something. But this is future.
I don't think we have any more questions, but we do have someone echoing this. Changing the scale of an element based on the position of a constraint would definitely add a lot more life and flexibility to animations. We agree. Yeah. Pedro had a little example about that a while ago, but it was like your ghost, but he was using listeners to control the scale, and it would have been a lot better if we could just use a constraint to control the scale.
It was the same idea. It was like a lot of buttons going. I love buttons. I'm just making like 100 buttons in every file. I made the slider because of that. It's like I'm redoing that every time, so now I have that file. Oh, yeah. But in the end, it's just that I made the scale in the same way. But in this file, the buttons are fixed in a position.
All right, we got a couple things going on. We'll do this first, and then we're gonna do Michael's thing, and then we're gonna show one more community animation. All right, what's the best approach to simulate something we can see in joysticks and slider face rigs in After Effects?
I think JC's the coyote example would have been
Yeah.
a really good.
Yeah. Okay, let me find this. Where is Coyote? Where is
We actually
Coyote?
used to have joysticks. in
Yeah,
Flare.
and Flare. Okay.
What's our joysticks?
So joysticks, you can like set up different character positions, and then it gives you an on-screen control to like go between those positions. It's like creating a joystick for your character to go between different animations.
Yeah. I don't remember now what, but yeah, I think this is the okay. Okay, this is the this is only an example, but yeah. For example, this is a simple animation of the head, and you can see that here I only use one direction like this, and I think I don't use interpolation, nothing. Okay, it's only move one side to another. Here is the blink, and this is the mouth. This is very simple. All this in the same board. And then in the main board is where in the timeline with the nested board, I use the different animation using the remap option. So this way I can add this animation. For example, if I create a new animation here and I want to move the head a little bit here, I want to say, okay, now the time is 0, so the position, if I check here in the head, 0 position is this. So if I want to the head start like this, right, look to front, what I need is start in 30. So here I want to say that the head, the time is 50 because it's the middle of the timeline. So if I hit play, it's in the center. If I leave here the 0, you can see that they start in that position. So here 50, and maybe to add more time here. And I want to say, okay, so the character start in this position, and here change the head. So I want to add here mismo. I want to key this position, and in the moment I want to change this to 0. And here I can to use the interpolation. So this is a similar joystick. I mean, you don't use a joystick really, but you control the animation you create in the principal board using keys. So all the animation with the character is in this board, but you control the animation in this timeline. This is the idea is similar. But other thing you can do is create a slider like Pedro did and connect with the same machine the slider with this animation. This is the other way. So you can take here the different control for the head, blink, or mouth with different sliders too. But this idea of using the nested board and control all the animation with keys is very, very similar to the joystick. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't. Maybe somebody else knows. I don't remember if we're gonna bring joysticks back to Rive or not. I think we've talked about it.
The idea is yes. I don't know when,
Yeah.
but yeah, the idea is bring the joystick. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want joysticks, make sure you join our Discord and upvote it. I'm sure that's already been asked for on Discord, but if not, create a new feature request and get all of your friends and family and Chat GPT to upvote that feature for you. All right, so Michael's got something to show off. What is this, Michael?
Oh, I shared this because it caught my eye on Twitter earlier this week. I don't know what it is, but I love this character and this anime. Like, it's not just the character is awesome, but the animation is perfect for it. It's fun. Like, I just wanted to share it because I got a kick out of it and thought it was,
I agree. This is fun. This is fun.
It just cracks me up. So
the dancing and the face is so cool.
So.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think this is the reason we need to add music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What song would they be dancing to right now?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe. That's the one, Zach.
All right. Yeah. Anyway,
That's
I
good.
love
Good
that.
find.
All right, and then I totally forgot about this one, but Pedro reminded me of. So Jeff McAvoy has been very, very active in the Rive community and created a little game using Rive. Find Archie. We actually were just talking about a Where's Waldo game, and Jeff came up with this cool little thing here. So let me. I guess I can share this, and we can take a look at it. If I can remember to do that.
Yeah.
And then this, and then this. So here's the Find Archie game. There's a version 3 out now. What is this? Ooh, here's the game itself. All right. So there's the tweet. Here's the game if you want to play it. I think this is a really cool interactive example of finding Archie. Anybody want to try and find Archie?
I will say it was kind of neat because Jeff was posting like version 3. Like he was posting like as in Discord, and people were giving feedback on. Yeah, it was really neat to see the process, and he was updating it really quickly. It seemed like too. So yeah, it's just a neat iterative process, and I think it's turned out really, really neat.
Mm-hmm. All done in
That's
Rive
cool.
with the state machine.
Oh yeah, and he did use Laura's her rock
The
paper scissors. Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
I was gonna ask, like, how do you do the randomness? Is that what Laura's thing was for?
Yeah, we should probably do another tutorial on that. But essentially, you've got a handful of hitboxes that are going through a rotation over your start button.
Okay.
Yeah, and so whenever you hit it, as long
Okay.
as you don't hit it at the same time in the animation every time,
Yeah.
then you're gonna get a random result. It was a really cool find that that Laura came up with.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I think I have to add in the request the random note.
oh, the random
request.
number. Yeah, I think we've talked about that one.
Yes,
too.
a note that is random, or like you can add just a random operation there. It will be nice to have that.
Yeah, that might be an easy add to the editor.
Yeah, looking this game, I remember that mini game I did. It's in the community. Yeah, it's so good to create these silly, simple games to play around. This is a circus game. This is the Bullet Man, no? Yeah, the idea is you can choose different options. You need to find the right order of this option. So, for example, you can like the room, but this is not right. So you can go inside to the canyon, and then light, but no, you need a helmet.
Safety first.
Yeah, so you can use a helmet and light the canyon, but no. So you can use a helmet, you can go inside to the canyon, and now you can light the canyon. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, JC. You're not very good at this game. It took you a while to figure that out.
I tried, man. I
Okay.
tried. It's so difficult.
You had to play in normal mode first.
Yeah. Yeah. This is difficult.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, we'll hang out for a couple more minutes, wait for some more questions, unless nobody's got any more questions. In that case, we'll get out of here, but we'll hang out for a couple more minutes. Speaking of games, there's fun things happening. I'll leave it at that. Maybe have something cool to show later.
I was gonna say that's specific to Rive. I was thinking in the broad scheme of gaming.
No.
There's fun
Specifically
things
to
happening,
Rive. But also,
just
you
thought
know.
There's an Elden Ring expansion that they just announced this morning, and I saw some more news on Final Fantasy 16.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Are they going
I'm
back
excited
to
about that.
pixel-based art? Or are they still...
No, no, I think just they're claiming like storyline and characters are gonna go back to kind of more old school,
Yes.
more fantasy than
Final.
final. Exactly.
All right. Well, I think. You guys know what I think?
Mm, I
No,
don't know.
No? I mean, good answer. Good answer. Good answer. I think it's time to get out of here. And we'll pick it up again next week.
Sweet.
All right. Well, just a reminder, JC's got a creative session tomorrow, same time, same bat channel. So come back and check it out. Quick reminder, what are you doing again tomorrow, JC?
We're going to create a little robot. I want to create. I want to use the machine instead of board to create animation, and the idea is have different options. When you click each option, this robot move to this.
All right.
Like, this is the idea. We'll see if we can do it or not. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Nice.
One last question. See, this is why I do this. Can we expect text feature in the next update? Probably not. Well, I mean, we always have we have so many updates that come out, like little small updates. But no, it's not gonna make it in the next update. No. Hopefully soon. It's on the Sunometer.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a fuel gauge. It kind of bounces back and forth, like an old car, So we'll see. We will let you know as that gets closer and closer. All right. Well, we will see y'all. JC will see y'all Wednesday. We will see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.